Hi there, my name is Rachel Ewings, as you can see here, and I'm going to be discussing the film All Quiet on the Western Front, um, one of the chosen films for our class for war. And let me just get the questions up here. So the first question is the analysis of the relationship to reality. So All Quiet on the Western Front depicts the German side of the First World War based on the viewpoints of a couple of teenagers. So the German teenagers, they go straight into the Western Front in France and Belgium. The war's already started, so they're coming into the war, and it's already trench warfare, and they're exposed to the harsh realities that is the First World War, war in the trenches, lots of mud, death of their friends that they weren't really prepared for, and it really underlines the fact that neither side were prepared for such a conflict and such massive losses in such a short period of time. So that is the summary of the war. So it was 1914 to 1918, and I would predict that they went in at about 1915, in the middle of 1915. So the fervour towards the war is very high. They're very excited. At the start of the film, you can see their teacher bringing up their passion for the war, encouraging to go. So that's a big thing, and that was big in both England and like on the Allied side, and on the side of the Germans. So the film's message about war. The film is very anti-war. It shows the views of Renmark, the original author of the book All Quiet on the Western Front. That's the name of the book as well, that the movie's based off. And he is very negative towards his experiences of war. He saw a lot of hardship, he saw a lot of loss, and that's really what the film is depicting, is the hardship and the loss that these guys went through, and the fact that they had no idea who the war was, like who was fighting, whose fault it was. They just went because their country told them so. So that's one of the big messages. And my companion reading, I found it in a unit reader from another unit I had done, Modern European History and Politics. We looked at a bit of World War One, and one of the things that really stood out to me from both the film and the reading, No Man's Land: Combat and Identity in World War One by Eric Leed. There's the bibliography for it. Is that neither side was really prepared for the psychological impacts of war. So there were very many unseen psychological impacts from the war. Men who didn't have any physical disabilities, had seen their friends die, their friends get injured, and that was a really big thing, and it was a big traumatic experience. Prior to this, there was no knowledge of what is now post-traumatic stress disorder. It's called shell shock, and people didn't know how to treat it. So they just went along with it, which impacted generations and generations afterwards. And so both the reading and the film, let me just get these questions back up again, I have some notes. So my thinking of the film was definitely impacted by my own, I have post-traumatic stress disorder myself, so my reading of the film, I could emote very well, and I understood what they were going through to an extent, because I myself have been through a traumatic experience, and so that's how the reading and my personal experience impact my understanding and my thinking about the film. So just to sum up, my name is Rachel. We've been having a chat about All Quiet on the Western Front. Good film, would recommend.